Andreas, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Patrick, for having me.
Could you maybe discuss some of the key themes you're seeing at IHF this year?
I think it's an interesting time at the moment, and we've just been basically back from MIPIM, and we do see a strong increase of capital flow into Europe, which is kind of like picking up. And on the other hand, it's operational real estate is kind of like really increasing, and it's more on the top of the agenda of institutional funds looking into Europe, and there's a lot of kind of like new and fresh money moving into Europe.
I think transaction market has been fairly muted, some places doing better than others. What would you say is the overall investor sentiment for hotels in 2026?
Operational real estate and hotels in general have proven pretty resilient over the last years, and investors are seeing that and allocating more capital into that asset class, and we do see quite a positive outlook going forward. IHF shows it. There's a lot of traction, a lot of money coming from outside of Europe, looking into opportunities in Germany, as well as Spain and other European markets.
And there's new players as well. It's not the usual suspects. We're seeing new types of capital come in from different parts of the world, right?
I really do think so. It's the usual suspects from the like US, for example, but we do see Canadian pension funds who are now kind of like looking into Europe. We had meetings with people from Japan, Asia Pacific, who are actually have a good, strong footprint already in that region, and want to use that operational knowledge and buying platforms maybe in Europe, or especially in Germany. There's a lot of appetite at the moment.
And where do you see the biggest opportunities in Europe, be it geographical or types of hotels for investors to get into at the moment?
I think we're seeing two different kind of like asset classes, or who are really standing out. The luxury segment has really undergone some strong growth, especially in the Mediterranean, and I think there's more to expect. I think, especially in regions of Italy or Greece, I think that's strong. And on the other hand, the Northern Europe has lagged a little behind, and especially Germany is a region where people are now really actively looking to see where you can scale with operational knowledge, the NOI and increase performance. There's quite a bit of room stock in Europe, which has which is a little undermanaged, and I think even through AI, for example, or stronger and better understanding of operational real estate, I think that can drive NOI, and there are many international and pan-European platforms who do better than others. And this is what people are looking for.
There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, politically, economically. But what's your outlook for the year in terms of hospitality, investment and performance?
I think, and we just basically launched our airline travel report and our global capital flows. And it really shows, and this is, I think, actually quite interesting, when you use the increase of airport capacity, and sure, Middle East is a different thing, but airports like London Heathrow, Rome, Istanbul, they're kind of like really expected to grow capacity, and I think that shows how much anticipation is there for the industry. And on the other hand, I think we are fairly optimistic for the outlook for Europe. On the other hand, recent events at basically with the Middle East showed kind of like how fragile that kind of like situation is, and I think geopolitical tensions is something which is really hard to price, and it shows which regions are maybe more resilient and less resilient, and travelers from APAC, they need to use Dubai as a hub. If Dubai is shutting down for a short period of time, it kind of like stops certain regions who are especially driving the luxury segment. If you know Mallorca really well, if people can't come from the States on the Balearics, or even Sicily if they come from Dubai, it's those are the buyer groups are really driving luxury.
Resilience is a big theme for us, but Andreas, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you very much, Patrick.